Hello, hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If it's not your first time, sorry. Thank you for coming back. So, I'm going to be doing a reading right now for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also for your cross watchers. Also for the people who find themselves here on this video, not really knowing why they're here, but they're resonating hard AF. So, I had asked Soul what this reading was going to be about, and I was told, can you feel that? I've been feeling some stuff for days. Hell yeah, I can feel that. I don't know what it is though. Okay. Michael's starting early. I have an idea of what it is. I don't want to know what it is. I don't want to know. Card number 28. Can you hear me? So, our higher selves, for those that this message will resonate with, it's been trying to get our attention for some time. Maybe you're having full on conversations with your higher self. Maybe it's something that's more of like, um, you don't know if that's communication, you don't know what it's being said. You kind of feel like there's a message, but you don't know what it is. That's fine. So, card number 12, patterns. These are nothing more than parts of patterns. What this means is it's been circling back around so many years. It just made my face hurt. So it's been circling back around for quite a few years. And it's this sense that um, it keeps being pushed away, comes right back, push away, comes right back, push away. And um I don't know if you're intentionally pushing it away. I don't know if it's coming back as the same circumstance or person, but it keeps coming back around. Um Card number 21, beyond the mind, the heart beats. So now you're needing to really just quiet yourself down and look deep within yourself and see where this is coming from. What exactly does your higher self want you to begin analyzing about yourself, about your journey, about connections, about circumstance, lessons, whatever it is? It's needing quite a bit of observation. Okay. Oh, um, oh, that's interesting. I don't know what that really means. The Capricorn in me doesn't know what that means. I just heard emotional ICU, emotional intensive care unit. What does that mean? Like, are we not listening to our feelings? Um, I know I'm not. So I don't know, maybe that's the message for you guys, that you need to begin listening to your feelings more, like that gut instinct. Cuz clearly we've been being guided, we've been being spoken to for some time now. The higher self has been trying to communicate, and I don't know that any of us are actually listening. There are a few that are actually listening, but you have to stay in this box with us as emotionally disconnected individuals. That's okay. Oh, you're going too fast. Ah, you're going too fast. You need to slow it down. You need to really allow yourself to, like, I don't know, savor the moment. Card number 15, catch your breath. The next card, card number 7, pause in your journey. You have to pause to catch your breath. Oh, good God. There's been some trauma that was experienced. Um, this is emotional trauma. Oh, Pisces, what happened? It's now making me want to cry. It's like the magic in you got so traumatized that you stopped flying. You just clung to whatever felt secure, whatever felt safe. And it's this sense of like your heart was totally ripped out. Um this can be done by more than just romantic connections. This can be done by family. This can be done by friends, by coworkers. It's like such a sense of abandonment and betrayal that your identity and your heart was removed. Oh shit. Your heart is your identity. Oh, well, that just got real deep. Oh, wow. That just went real deep real fast. So now you have to catch your breath. Okay. Holding your breath is not going to work. Breathing in a panic is not going to work. What's going to work if you is if you consciously choose to slow your breath down, to slow the communication down. And I think maybe that's what's been going on for some time. And because it's gone so slow and you've been accustomed to everything fast, 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 you've felt disconnected. It's almost as though it further amplified that sense of abandonment. Wow. Wow. That is so sad. That is, that is so sad. Yeah, I feel it right in my chest. It's not a physical hurt. The creator. You are the one creating your struggles. You are the one that creates the experience and determines how that experience will be felt, will be experienced. So, so what is it? What is this reading about? Is this like a failed sense of fulfillment, lack of fulfillment, wish denied? What is this? It's making my face hurt. The whole it's making me really hot too. Card number 47, individuality. I think this is a period that you had to experience on your own. Okay. I know it would have been easier if okay, so I get these several thoughts. The first one is, well, it would have been fine if they never, I don't know who they are. If I was never even allowed to know they exist. You know what I mean? If they never crossed my path, everything would have been fine. They had to cross your path. They had to. They absolutely had to make sure you were aware that that depth of connectivity is possible. Um, I don't know that the intention was to break your heart in a malicious way. I do feel like the heartbreak had to occur because Pisces, you hide away in your heart far too often. You're not here to be hidden away. You're just not. You're not here to be hidden away. You're not here to hide away parts of yourself, to pretend that you're someone that you're not, just to be able to better fit in. We were never meant to fit in. We just we just weren't. And a lot of the unhappiness that comes in life, um, it has to do with that desire to be and live in a way that's not in alignment with your truth. Um, for as long as I wanted to be normal, for as long as I wanted to be like other people and not be weird, not be the freak. Michael, stop. That was like the most loneliest, most painful part of my life, you know? And now that I'm just like I am who I am and, you know, there's nothing outside of me that's going to validate me, that's going to um give me some sort of increased worth. It's just it's how I see myself. I was actually just talking to my husband about this yesterday. I came across There's a person that I knew years ago, and they do similar work, and I was just, like, feeling really small, and I was like, "Oh, they're amazing," and, their abilities are so fucking profound, and I'm sure they have this huge, like, following, and I came across one of their YouTube videos, it was for energy work, and I was like, "What? You only have that many subscribers? You should have tremendous amounts. You should have, like, hundreds of thousands. Like, your work is phenomenal." And then, like, I came to realize, "Why am I even doing this? Why am I diminishing my own sense of worth in my appreciation of someone else's work?" Like, our work is similar, but so different. So different. This is an individual that can actually, like, I'm a huge fan. Like, he can tap into core coding. I'm like, "Fuck yeah." So, yeah, I haven't been in contact with him in, like, forever, but I've been a huge fan of his work since, like, years ago. And I'm just like, "Wow, why do I do that? Why do I not allow myself to see the value that clearly is so easy for other people to see? Why am I the one that's the most blind to my own worth?" And I think Pisceans have a habit of doing this so often, like consistently, consistently. I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to be annoying. I don't want to be that person. A person with needs, a person who understands their worth. Understanding your worth has nothing to do with putting other people down. It has nothing to do with punishing other people. This is about you. This is about your understanding, allowing it to ripen, the fruit of who you are, to ripen under the light of your truth. Just basking in the light of your truth, not trying to, like, convince people of things, convince people, like, "Oh no, you misunderstood my worth. Oh no, you misunderstood me." Well, maybe, and this is something I have to talk to myself about at times. Maybe people aren't misunderstanding you. Maybe you're communicating the truth of what's in your heart, and you're just refusing to believe or even hear that truth. And so you're thinking people are misunderstanding what's being said, when in reality, you're the only one that doesn't understand yourself. That's some deep shit. That's some deep shit. Card number 36. House of Flowers. Those look like peonies, and peonies are, I love peonies. First off, peonies are the shit. So, fuck roses. Peonies are the way to go. And in case you all want to send me flowers, they're only harvested at a specific time of year. Okay. A specific time of year. It's coming soon. Just saying. Um, don't send me flowers. Card number 36, House of Flowers. Peonies are very, very protective. In some ancient cultures, peonies were actually used for exorcism. That's how powerful such a delicate looking thing actually is. Mm, I am the peony. Y'all think I'm all delicate and shit. I'll have you choked out and tapped out before you even know. I'm small. It's okay. Just tap out fast. It won't hurt too much. Card number 28, revelation. Oh, well, shit. This is past life stuff. This is old stuff. Very, very old stuff. This is like an argument that has been continuing, 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 life after life after life. It's like circling back round and round and round. The wheel goes round. It's like y'all keep swirling around each other. It's making me hot. One of you doesn't want to hear it, doesn't want to believe it, doesn't want communication, doesn't want to process. Look at all those scales and spikes. Is that a crown, or is that unwillingness to connect, unwillingness to process, unwillingness to actually finish off whatever was started so many lifetimes ago. Okay. Card number 37, ideal course of action. So we got flamingos, we got polar bears. Oh, you've left the lion behind you. You've turned your back on a lion. Okay. You've turned your back on a lion. There you are. There we are, turning our back on whatever this is, whether it be a representation of your strength or a representation of an individual, a specific individual. That's really going to be unique for each person. What's important here is that your personal power has been ensnared by reptilian motherfuckery. Reptilian bullshit is really affecting your ability to process your life and your journey. The boat is starting to sail. I don't think she cares, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think she cares. I don't, but does she not care, or is that because something reptilian, probably draconian, is trying to keep her from paying attention to the things she should pay attention to? And that looks like a mob of people. I don't know. Are they there because they're upset with her? Are they there to witness some sort of performance, a showcasing of herself? And it looks like two towers. Oh, shit. That's not two towers. Well, that is two towers, but that's an entire kingdom. Ooh, the messages. All right. I hear you. I hear you. Let's look for flamingos. Flamingos. Okay. Avoid loud, noisy events and any chaotic or frenzied situations. Be ruthlessly honest with yourself as you check in and see if you're following your inner truth. Significantly increase the amount of vegetables in your diet that contain beta carotene, such as carrots, broccoli, and spinach. Before taking action on the question before you, balance the information you're getting psychically or intuitively by thinking it through carefully and logically. You've been isolating yourself too long, so now it's time to seek out the company and companionship of others. Um, what type of companionship? Polar bear. Let's look for the polar bear. Okay. How do you not have? Okay, let's look under bear. Mhm. Okay, it goes. Be assertive and strong in both your communication and your actions, yet be willing to yield as necessary. Treat yourself with respect and maintain your dignity at all times. Before you take action, pause and observe the situation. Then, when you're ready to make your move, commit to it fully and without hesitation. Who's being spoken to with the polar bear? Oh, God. Hmm. Use only the amount of energy needed for the task before you, rather than diverting it to unrelated matters. This is a time to nourish and replenish your body, mind, and spirit. So prepare the means to do so. Whoever's represented by the lion is being spoken to because the lion is looking at the bear. You're about to embark on a spiritual adventure, one that will awaken you some of your innate gifts and qualities that have been dormant until now. Nice. So I was told I interrupted the message, so I need to reread a couple lines. Be assertive and strong in both your communication and your actions, yet be willing to yield as necessary. Treat yourself with respect and maintain your dignity at all times. Before you take action, pause and observe the situation. Then, when you're ready to make your move, commit to it fully and without hesitation. Okay. Card number 34, in the world, not of the world. This connectivity is in this world, but it's not of this world. This is not going to stop. Whatever this is, whoever this is, it's not going to stop. It's going to continue circling back around until it's resolved. Resolution does not mean Michael said, don't say what I was gonna say. I won't say it, but what I was gonna say, and I'll retract it, was that we will not negotiate with terrorists. It's in the world, not of the world. So you just need to freaking allow yourself to free fall back into your greatness. Just fall back into it. Allow yourself to let loose some of that personal power that's been bound up. The hair is usually symbolic of personal power. You have so many beads of wisdom, pearls of wisdom that you've acquired over so many lifetimes. The current is not going to destroy you. It never had the authority or capability to do so. It was your own fear of your own energy that's kept you in a state of isolation, separation. So, card number 29, perfect acceptance. Perfect acceptance. Allow yourself to accept the lessons that you're already learning. Refusal to acknowledge those lessons, to accept the information, the wisdom that comes from the process of learning, that doesn't serve you. That doesn't serve you. You can try and blind yourself all you want, but the fact is, you can see. You can see. Stop playing. You can see. All right. Card number 4, participation. What do you mean? The separateness is about to merge, and you have to be fully present to participate. If you don't allow the merger to occur, this message is for very specific individuals. If you don't allow that merger to occur, it's going to really, really mess up the flow of the fabric of your creation. You're going to create snags in that fabric. So I'm being shown what kind of looks like a polar climate, um, one that is very hostile towards creatures that are not designed to exist in such a hostile environment. Human beings, we really weren't designed to exist in inhospitable temperatures, terrain, all of that. So we need to utilize our brains to create barriers that protect us. And I think that's kind of what's going on. Our brain is not creating the type of barriers that we need. I think because the ego fights the brain and the brain fights the soul. So now instead of being able to knit or sew or whatever the fuck it's called, to create a fabric that will help you in an environment that is so frigid. You created so many snags in your fabric, holes for that frigidity to enter and negatively affect you. So you're saying it's our fault? Is that the message? It's our fault. It's our fault. Michael says it's our fault because we're consistently fighting. Look for something worthy of your fight. That's what he says. Look for something that's worthy of your fight. Don't fight just because you have the ability to, just because you have the intuitive urge to fight just because you have the intuition to be able to successfully fight your own path does not mean it's something worthy of your undertaking. You're talking to them, right? Not to me. Okay. Card number 39, success. No matter what, soul is going to succeed. You're going to get through this. And if you have to experience, several rounds of hypothermia, experience so much struggle and pain, hypothermia hurts. I don't know if you guys know that. It hurts. It does. Painful. It is very painful. If you've ever been thrown in water that is super de duper cold, that shit hurts, like, really badly. Feels like a bunch of needles all over your body, and it goes down to your core, and you can't stop shivering, you can't stop the movement that your body creates to sustain itself, and that's what's happening with us right now. We're in a state of so much pain, almost like shock. It's almost like we're experiencing shock and we're in denial of the fact that this movement we're trying to stop is actually the very movement that is trying to generate some heat to keep us alive. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. So card number 18, forbidden. I wonder if many of us have forbidden ourselves from even looking at what this trauma is. Where does this trauma stem from? Is it really a specific individual, from, I don't know, a handful of years ago? Or did that specific individual who you believe traumatized you handful of years ago, were they nothing more than a trigger for you to begin recognizing traumas that actually happened in childhood? Do you even know the root causation? The seed that was planted and later grew into something toxic. Do you know what that is? Is it really the individual? Or is that individual nothing more than a representation, a proxy for the person who first hurt you years ago, years before that, maybe even a lifetime before that? So, forbidden. For a king or queen, are they forbidden from entering certain parts of their kingdom? King or queen? Is there a certain area where, the people, the subjects, um, was there any point where a subject can tell a royal, "Oh, you can't go there, that's forbidden"? I don't think so. I don't think so. So why are you allowing your fears, which are basically like your subjects, the peasants, are you letting them dictate where you can go within yourself? Because you are the king or queen of your auric kingdom. Everything within you is your kingdom. It's a part of your kingdom. So why are you being forbidden from traversing your kingdom in whatever way you want? So you need to begin really opening up doors within yourself, not to let other people in. Oh, for some, it's to let other people in. I don't know who, whatever. For others, you're opening these doors to allow yourself to begin really exploring who you are in your history, not just as a soul, but specifically as a human being in this current life. So, card number 11, inner voice. Your inner voice is talking to you. Ooh, cetaceans. Huh? Lemuria? Anyways, inner voice. Your inner voice is talking to you. It's sending quite a few messages. One of the most important messages from that inner voice would be card number 27, resilience, burn away the past. Having that dome over your head is no longer serving you. It's not serving you. So at this point, what your soul is letting you know is that if it needs to burn everything around you and strike at you, it will. It will. And that's allowed. Just in case you guys didn't know that. Your higher self has the ability and the authority to do that to you in this life and cause tremendous suffering if that is what you choose as your path to get realigned. Because sometimes we fight our path and there's no other option for your soul but to create so much suffering, so much struggle that you're really left with no other option but to comply. And if you don't know my history, That's exactly what my soul did to force me to go live, to live stream. So just know it's not necessarily the most fun process, but it's not necessarily the most destructive, painful one either. It's all in how you see it. Because that period where my soul was like, this little brat, let's force her at this point, force her to go live, force her to be visible. I wasn't tripping. I really wasn't tripping. I was like, whatever. It's not that big a deal. It's not that big a deal. So card number 52. Stillness. When you create too much chaos, it's hard to see clearly. So you have to allow yourself to become very, very still, very, very quiet and just observe. Neutral observation where you're not um creating judgments or condemnations of yourself or other people. You're just watching. You're just looking. So card number 15, elixir of life. Oh, it's time for you to look at yourself. It's time for you to hold your own vine and just really take a look at yourself. You might feel defeated, you might feel disheveled, but the fact is, you are a beautiful wildflower growing haphazardly with no guilt or shame. That's the truth of who you are inside. No, I don't believe in forgiveness. Forgiveness is not a concept that grows you. If you really look at the if you really look at the structure of that belief, in order to forgive someone, you have to first identify as their victim, as their unwilling victim. You victimized me, but because now at a higher level of consciousness, I forgive you. Whether you're sorry or not, I dominate you in your sovereign free will, completely ignoring the fact that you were brought to me by my own soul. And I'm now going to choose to believe I have the authority to absolve you of your perceived sins. To me, that doesn't make sense. First, no matter what you do to me, I will not identify as your victim. Regardless of whether you blindside me or not, I will not identify as your victim. Some ugly shit happens in my life, but at no point will I identify as anybody's victim. I am a powerful, sovereign soul. I recognize that sometimes I don't want to do the lesson, and my soul will invite those who will help me to learn, whether through challenge, through condemnation, through full on attack. That's something I chose on a level that maybe I'm not aware of. But no matter what, I will not identify as your victim. I will identify as maybe your student. So if you need forgiveness, if you need that paradigm, just kind of think of what I was sharing. Me personally, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that at all. If you need me to forgive you, if you need me to make statements that I forgive myself, there's nothing to forgive. Does a child need forgiveness for not knowing any better? If a child doesn't understand and has a meltdown, do they need to be forgiven? Do they need to grovel and apologize? Or do you, as someone who has higher levels of consciousness, need to understand they have lost control? They need your support. They need your presence. They don't need condemnation. They don't need to be belittled and made to feel as though they're just, I don't know, wilding out. Hold on. So, card number 26, be true to your heart. Be true to your heart. Allow yourself to really hear the song that it sings. If we as Pisceans continuously hide away in our heart, anyways, why is it that so many of us are deaf to what that heart song sounds like, to the lyrics of that song? Why is that? Be true to your heart. In order to do that, you have to first understand what's in it, what's contained within. Okay. Um, yep. Being your own power, refusing to be a victim of circumstances, not carrying an unnecessary burden that only holds one to learn and grow forward. Yep. Card number 41, bring it into form. Allow this to happen for yourself. Bring it into form. Allow your growth to come forward. Allow yourself to blossom. Allow yourself to recognize all the steps that you've taken, whether they've been on pavement, on mud, on dry dirt, desert. It doesn't matter. Regardless of where you've traveled through your life, the fact is you're a traveler. Keep traveling. Keep traveling. Don't let these people who are content with being imprisoned in their own lives make you feel as though you have to condemn yourself. I lived in my RV for several years before I settled down and decided to go back in the RV. And the first time around, everybody that I knew was like, "What are you doing? You sold your house and you're just gonna live in an RV? What the fuck? What's going on? Are you having like a midlife crisis?" No, I'm honoring the fact that I'm a traveler. All I do is travel through life. Why do I have to be affixed to a structure to make you comfortable? It's not even your life. And that's the thing. As I began to really just own my journey, and you can say whatever you want. You can have your little opinions about my decisions in life. The fact is, every single thing that I have decided for myself, that my husband and I have decided for our family, has created such a close, loving, unbreakable bond. How many people that live in a house can say that? How many of us? Oh, but your kids don't have space. They don't have privacy. You mean they can't hide? I'm not all up in their business. And they come to me when they have things they want to talk about. They don't hide stuff from me. And I'm not over there interrogating them. When we lived in a house for a period, we lived in a huge house. And that was really sad because everyone had their own corners. It's like your own freaking wing. And what? That wasn't happy. That wasn't happy. We went from a huge new house to, at another point, a small old farm. And then my kids were like, "We loved the farm. We so loved the farm." Like, what? You didn't love that big bougie house? You had all these like stuff? No, we never saw each other. Boom. There it goes. The truth is released. The truth is released. This truth that everything we decided together as a family was what our family needed. And fuck everyone else who had these condemnations about, I'm not raising my kids right and this and that. Highly fucking intelligent human beings. I must add. Highly, highly intelligent human beings. It's not for other people to understand your journey. Let them have their assumptions. It's time for you to have the courage to make decisions that you know is in your best interest. You know it's in your best interest. So stop waiting for someone to give you permission. That's what most people do. They'll know what they want and what they need, and they'll ask someone, "Oh, what do you think?" No, no, no. Make up your own mind. My thoughts have nothing to do with your decision. You have to begin following your own logic, your own soul, your own insanity. Sometimes it's the insanity that leads you to where you actually need to be. So let's pull one last card. One last card. A home is where the heart is. It has no walls. It contains false freedom. Yep. I was actually shocked. The only thing when we had moved to that one farm, the only thing that my kids missed about the big bougie house was the fast ass Wi Fi. They got stuck with country ass Wi-Fi, but they love the country. Now we're stuck with cellular service. That still works. Connection is connection. All right. Okay. Let's pull one last card. Let's get this over with. Oh, okay. Card number 41. Wait, what? Why you have me shuffle that then? Like, I love when Michael waits until I'm done shuffling and then he tells me I picked the wrong deck. That's a nice thing to do. All right. So, 2 cards is what he wanted. Card number. Oh, wait, what? Oh, wait, 41. Never mind. Never mind. Here. So this card first. Card number 32. Tai Chi Rising. Your energy field is growing stronger with more spiritual electricity pulsing through your being. Take time to nourish your nervous system as it adjusts and be gentle with yourself as you adjust to increasing levels of spiritual potency, which gives more impact to your words, actions, and thoughts. Having a big energy field does not necessarily mean that you have a high level of consciousness. But when you do have an exquisite awareness and a beautiful light, it's able to shine more brightly through a larger energy field. Whatever you have within you, a larger energy field will reveal it with greater gusto. So that's the key here. Whatever you have within you, a larger energy field will reveal it with greater gusto. This is not about trying to pretend to be spiritually evolved, some sort of elevated consciousness. The truth of who you are always comes out. It always comes out. Eventually, the truth is rediscovered. And if you're a rotten as fuck person inside, all these sweet things you say eventually comes out. That is a lie. It's a fucking fake ass lie. So instead of putting all this energy and effort into cultivating an image to sell a brand, why don't you create a level of authenticity that then becomes an authentic brand? If you really need to brand yourself, be an authentic one. Stop trying to regurgitate what other people are trying to pass off as elevated consciousness. Just speak on your truth. Share of yourself. Be who you are. Stop trying to impress people that don't have the ability to be impressed with you as yourself. Because that's the thing. Society creates us in such a way that we believe we have to impress people in order to have some sort of value. Whether you're impressed by me or not, I am who I am. I have intrinsic worth, and you don't get to diminish that. And that's just it. And some people would be like, oh my God, she is so full of herself. Okay, who should I be full of? You? Should I do what you want? Or should I do what they want? Or them, or them, or them? Fact is, not everyone's going to like you. Not everyone is going to understand you. Not everyone is going to appreciate the way you live your truth. Fuck them all because they're not you. Remember this. All of these people that you're trying to impress so they'll be around, when you hit the lowest points of your life, they have the ability, the right, and usually decide to up and leave because that's not their problem. You're not their problem. And maybe saying these things is hurtful or somehow wrong because it's so truthful. Why are you continuing to exist for the people who will they still be there in 10 years? Well, that depends. How long can you bend over backwards? Is that how you want to live? that the only time people are around is if you're able and willing to bend over backwards, to self-harm in order to appease their preferences. I'm not willing to. I used to be. I used to be. I absolutely 100% used to be. I would say yes to everything and do everything for everyone. And I'm not saying this like I'm mad at them. I'm saying this like I'm fucking mad at myself. Because guess what? That was something I initiated and maintained. That was a choice that I made, guilting myself, shaming myself for feeling so deeply inside how what I'm agreeing to do is not in alignment with me or my truth. Is it really help if they can do it themselves? Are you really helping someone if they have the ability to do this themselves? They just don't value what it is. So now they're going to have someone else do it. Is that really help? Or is that enabling the toxicity? Oh, but I want to be a good person. That's not being a good person. Enabling cycles of toxicity is not being a good person. That's called being an enabler. You are helping them maintain their toxicity. So when your energy rises, make sure you've done the work to be the person you want people to see you as. Don't play the game. Don't just try and sell an image. Actually be who you are. Be who you are, the people who should be in your life, who can love you and support you the way you love and support other people. When you live in your authenticity, eventually they find you. And those are the people that stay forever. Not because of how they can benefit, not because of, what being part of your circle will do for them, but because they're your soul family. And beside you is where they believe they belong. That's not something you have to work for. That's not something you have to earn. That's something that just already exists. And now you're allowing it to stay. No matter what, you are going to continue to work to maintain things. Make sure you're choosing to maintain the things that grow you, support you, nurture you, nourish you, not the things that continue to deplete and punish you, make you feel as though you're less than. That if you don't do this, if you don't do that, then I'm out. Then be out, motherfucker, be out. I need space up in here for people who love me. And some would say, here's the thing, I've always had this thing like, you out, be out. I'm not chasing after you. There's plenty of people in this world that I can grow with. And people would say, oh my God, she's such a bitch. She's such a bitch. She's just totally like, she thinks people are disposable. I'm sorry, you were the one that threw me away. Now you're mad that I'm not mad? Be on. Just be gone. Be on. Do your thing with someone else. Be friends with someone else. Someone who's willing to play that game with you. I only have space in my life, in my circle, for raw authenticity, where I don't have to question why you're around. I don't think I'm all that. I don't think I'm some celebrity status, but if I have to question, knowing I am just an average person, yet I'm questioning why you're here. I'm questioning if you're just using me. You, sir and ma'am, need to be the fuck out. I only have space in my life for the people my heart doesn't question, because those are the people who understand me and are around because they love me, not they love me because of what they can get from me. So, last card, card number 41. Victory of Miriam. If you're longing to caress the moon, don't turn away from it. If you are not ill, why do you crawl under a blanket to hide? You are in a quarry of sweets. Why do you look so sour? You live in the spring of life. Why are you withered inside? Don't fight against yourself. Don't flee from what could be your glory. Like a fearless moth, dive into the flame. Why be linked to your obsessions? Burn out in the flames until your heart and soul are enlightened. Get out of the old carcass and form yourself a new body. Why are you afraid of a fox when you descend from lions? Why be a lame ass when you have the strength of stallions? The beloved you seek will arrive to open the door to your fortune, for love is the key that opens all your locks. You feel you are immortal, and I know you are divine. You feel you are not ready for the task, and I know that triumph is only moments away. You reach for me for protection, but you are me, and the protection that you seek is already with you. We are not apart. I am living through all that you are and all that you love, all that you have lost and all that you have offered to me in surrender. I am in you as your courage and magnificence, and any task I send to you is simply one of the tasks for which you were born. You are an eagle with wings ready to soar. So I push you from the cliff top that you may know yourself. This oracle brings you a message of affirmation and success. Your victory is already assured. You are being led into it now. No matter if you believe it's not possible and you are placing more faith in the appearance of distraction or obstacle than in utter success. No matter if you've forgotten for a moment that the divine lives in you, as you, and that apparent failure is only a part of the process, the plan through which learning happens, serving the ultimate holy victory. Yes, your victory is inevitable. You've won in life. You've won in life. The only people that point out perceived failures are the very people who are afraid you will one day recognize the truth of your greatness. Your greatness is not something you're working towards. Let me clarify that. Your greatness is something that already was contained within you at the moment of your birth, and you have spent your entire life, all your connections and experiences trying to chip away, remove the layer upon layer that has hidden your greatness away from you. We were born enlightened until we forgot. And then we spend the rest of our lives in the process of trying to remember. What's most important in that thought? You can't remember something you've never been. That means you have always been great. You have always had enlightenment. You are now in the process of returning back to it. That is what ascension is. Ascension was never just a rise. Ascension was the rising and the deepening, the rising back to remembrance, the deepening of your acceptance of what you remember. You've always been great. You come from greatness, you're made of greatness, and to your greatness you are returning. That's life. And every event in your life is part of that process. So do your process. I got to go and do some stuff. I got to run errands. For you guys who, you know, if you haven't already given this video a thumbs up, please give it a thumbs up first and foremost. Secondly, if you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Third and most important, if you have not already signed up for the text notification, you're missing out on some big shit. I can't tell you what it is. You have to subscribe to that text notification. Excuse me. The instructions are in the video description. And I promise you won't be disappointed with what it is I'm talking about. But you only have until tonight, 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tonight. You'll miss your opportunity if you wait too long. So sign up for that. I'll send out another text later on today. I'm not going to go live to do expedites because my face still kind of hurts. The swelling has gone down quite a bit. I think it's like day 4. I don't know. I used to have chipmunk cheeks like this in high school. I don't like it. All right. I got to go, guys. Bye.